What's up, guys? Welcome back to GoldClassGaming. And today I'm back after the new ban list that came out last Friday, where A was finally put back to 3. That ban list is now legal today, so this is the best time to show off what I think would be probably my ABC deck, and probably I think the best ABC build, or one of the best ABC builds going forward into this new format. So I'm going to start off with 3A Assault Core. Feels great to be able to say that again. Been saying 1 for too long now. 3B Buster Drake, and 3C Crush Wyvern. I still stand by, you want to max out on all your pieces. Like, seeing them is just so good for your opening hand, even though you just see like one of them alone. So it just helps so much to see them. You know, like, I'm not sure you would justify cutting any number of them. Next, I'm playing 2 Heavy Mech Support Armor. This hasn't changed at all. I still think he's really good. You know, like, you can get him out turn 1 or turn 2, just whenever. He's just an excellent normal summon overall. So, I'll keep playing him, absolutely. We have 2 gold gadget and 2 silver gadget. I think, like, I like the gadgets in general, but I feel like with like how much like impermanence and like Widow Anchor are like running around, it's probably one of the more like riskier extenders to play. Like, you can normal summon this and they like imperm you or like anchor it. Your turn kind of stops. But at the same time, I still feel like it is good to play them because of your rank 4 plays and, you know, they're floaters and everything. So I still think they have their spot in this deck. Next up, we have our 3 copies of Galaxy Soldier. A lot of this deck is still kind of the same, just adapted to just have 3As. So, you know, once again, like, you're playing an Infinity in the extra deck, so this card is really good. It's a good link extender because it searches itself. You know, it's level 5 for, you know, like making Nova and stuff. So overall, I think it's pretty good in general. He's searchable, Clip or Genius, which I like too. Then you have 3 Solar Windjammer. This hasn't changed much. It's a level 5 machine junk forward. Like, I'm not sure you can ever say no. It's just a free special summon at the start of your turn. We have 3 Symphonic Warrior Guitar and our 1 Symphonic Warrior mics. I still like this engine a lot, and way more than like Brilliant Fusion, because like Brilliant Fusion, like Seraphinite is like, sure, you get like the monster on the field, and you get to like stack your graveyard with like a card from your deck, but like, she's an Earth Fairy, so she doesn't have any kind of synergy with your plays. Like, you can't make Clipboard Genius, you can't make Summon Sorceress, you can't make Nova. So like, I feel like she has very, very little synergy with any of your plays. Well, Mike's like, sure, you can't just mill a card from your deck to graveyard, but he's, you know, level 5 machine monster, so you can make Nova, Infinity, Clipboard Genius. You know, make some sorcerers with it, you know, that kind of stuff. So, I overall think he's probably the better option. Like, for like crazier plays, Brilliant's better, but for like consistent plays, Symphonic Warrior's better. Then we have our one Orcish Hardcore. I was playing 2, but I cut it down to 1 because I really wasn't like, I just didn't like, as much as seeing it wasn't horrible. I wanted to minimize how often I was seeing it. I still like Orchestra as a card, so I'll keep playing the 1 copy. But, you know, I'm absolutely I think one's better right now, since like you don't want me drawing into it often enough, and that happened to me a few times with 2, so I decided to just bring it down to 1. We have 3 Ash. I was only playing like 2/2/2 of my hand traps, but I feel like in this current format, especially where like you don't need like a Ghost Spell to just protect from Call by the Grave, Ash is overall just the best hand trap to play. So I'm gonna max out on her so I can see her as often as possible, because she's probably, you know, just the most like universally, like one of the most like universally applicable hand traps. So that's it for our entire monster lineup. Next we have a 3 Union Hanger and 2 Terraforming, because, you know, it's like Union Hanger is the best card in your deck. There's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't be maxing out and waste access to it, except Star Rotation. That card sucks because you have to play like a Brick Field spell, or you have to play like Dragon Ravine, like the Dark Worm engine, which is really bad. Next, you have 3 Call by the Grave. This card's, you know, recently back at 3. I decided, you know, it's great to help you like make sure your combos get there, since you can negate hand traps. You can, you know, like obviously this card messes up like a lot of other decks. You can set it face down, and then, you know, you can hit stuff like Thunder Dragon monsters to like negate their effect. It's easy. You can hit Ray and have her not trigger that kind of stuff. So I think overall this is a pretty good card. And lastly, we have our 3 Infinite Impermanence. I think it's definitely the best hand trap of the format right now. I just recently got my hands on these, and I'm really happy to finally be able to play it. I think it's just such like a versatile card, and being able to like stop your opponent's plays like versus like the Rongo deck, you can like impermanence the number 75 guy, and then they won't be able to stack like as many cards under Rongo, which means he'll be like way easier to beat. As well as like on your turn, you can use this to like negate a Colossus to be able to get all your searching off. And overall, I think it's probably the best or second best hand trap right now behind Ash. So that's it for the main deck, which is 40 cards. Next, I will head off to the side deck. The side deck has seen a lot of change since my build from White Hills Pasadena. I've slimmed out basically all the hand traps now. Now I'm just playing more like consistent, like counter cards kind of thing. So I'm playing three Forbidden Graveyard. This card just destroys combo decks. It also destroys, it can destroy like Thunder Dragons when they go from field to graveyard. It basically any combo deck, it just kills them. And also just like overall, those cards are really good. So I think it's definitely worth playing. And being printed as a super rare in the OTS 9 this Thursday. So next up we have 3 Hail to the Abyss. This card is just like a generic out to a lot of stuff. Like I know like Xyz's Encore is better versus Rongo, but this is better. Has like more like general utility. Like if you're able to get the Phantom Knight Link monster off the field, this can out Rongo. This can out the Sky Striker Link monsters without triggering Ray. So this card affects the player, not the card. So it makes your opponent send a card to the graveyard. So why it can out it can out a Striker Link monster and not trigger Ray. You can out a Colossus or Titan. So I think the card's pretty good. Like you can play, you pay life points, but it's still like pretty worth it to out like a problem card like Rongo or like Colossus and stuff. Next we have 3 Twin Twisters. This is just the best back row hate deck. So best back row hate card ever, aside from like Hatred, but I want to get him out of play entirely. So Altergeist is probably going to see more play now because of the Banlist. So this hurts them. Versus Trickstars, this can blow up this can blow up like Scapegoats and Reincarnations and stuff. Also obviously like versus Striker, you can just drop this at the start of your turn and try and pop like Widow Anchors and stuff like that. So I think overall this card's pretty useful. Also I know like the Rongo deck plays like Fog Blade, so you can use this to pop Fog Blade too. So overall I think this is a pretty solid card to play and will definitely come in handy. Next we have the best Go second card ever made, 3 evenly matched. Like if you're going second, I'm not 9 times out of 10 gonna side this card in going second because it's just a giant fuck you to your opponent. Like your opponent can just put up like the beefiest of boards or whatever. You just drop evenly on them, and then they're down to just 1 card, which becomes much easier to out. So I like this card a lot. And I think I'll be siding this card until the like end of time. And then lastly we have 2 anti-spell and 1 order. Sky Striker still a deck is gonna be like way better this format. So I definitely like these cards a lot. Counter Striker. If you can make Dragon Buster and then like flip this, there's literally no way they can beat you. So I think these are probably the best cards to counter Striker in terms of like hard counter them. So I think the thing overall this is a pretty solid side deck. You have stuff from like most matchups and also have some stuff that's straight like any like random road deck you see. So that's kind of the logic behind that. Now we'll head on to the extra deck. All right, now onto my extra deck. We have 3 copies of ABC Dragon Buster. I think I left one of them in my deck box. Yep, there it is. Yeah, so you have 3 ABC Dragon Buster. Always 3, never 2, never 1. Fight me on that. He's literally the best card in your entire like main side extra deck. This card's literally the best. Also, it's it's the name of the deck, so Then you have our Nova Infinity for our rank 5 plays. Ending on these 2, turn 1 is absolutely insane. So many decks, and like with Fireball out of the picture, a Dragon Buster and Infinity becomes like one of the best turn 1 play. Like decks decks have a hard time like getting cards on board to like play through these play through these like interruptions. You're gonna negate something and then banish something. That's gonna slow them down. And then on the end phase, you're gonna tag out Buster, and then you're gonna have like you're just gonna fly ahead of them in terms of like card advantage. So overall, I think this is probably the best like combo to play is the Infinity Dragon Buster. Then we have our last these are Georgian decks. I'll slide this over a little bit. You have our Georgian X. He comes up in combos a lot, and he was very good back when I was playing like the Griffin build, and he's still good now. But and we actually are playing Griffin again, so he's super good. There's like in combos, he gets you whatever you already don't have. So I think he's absolutely one of the just a great card in your deck. Yeah, Boral Sword Dragon for our Link Forge, or Custrion and Nightmare Griffin. I cut Borolo Dragon because I want space for other stuff, and he wasn't coming up that often anymore. So I think Boral Sword is the best, like tag out, make him just OTK your opponent. Where Custrion's great to try and like go second and out like a Link board. They try and like Gumlar you. You can just make this guy with Dragon Buster, and then out of there just make the entire Link board irrelevant. Griffin, this card's basically a skill drain. You can make this guy and Buster, or this guy and Infinity, or if you open like three good cards, it's like you can make Buster, Griffin, and Infinity, which is absolutely unreal because like they have to deal with like Infinity and Buster, while also not being able to like use most of their monster effects. I think it's a super cool combo to do. And I'll talk more about that in the combo video tomorrow. Next, we have one copy of Summon Sorceress. EU players rejoice. You get her on Thursday. This card is absolutely insane. This is the reason like you can play without hanger. Like you can open B, or like not even B. Like you can just open like a piece and like a couple extenders, and you can keep playing. You can just like keep playing through this card. So I think she's absolutely insane. Probably one of the best cards in the extra deck. Then we have our Nightmare Phoenix and Cerberus. I don't want to call it engine. I guess like toolbox is better. So you guys are still like pretty good. You just get to pop a monster or a spell. It's like whatever's causing you problems. So I like that a lot. Probably the best. That's a lie. So I don't play Unicorn because I don't have space for it, and I think these two can take care of most of the problems. And anything that I would normally need like a Unicorn for, like Buster can out. So it's kind of the same thing. And you have our Galaxy Eye Soul Flare Dragon, because he's good, because he's absolutely amazing with your Buster and Infinity combos. He always will be. Clifford Genius, he's just the standard Link monster you make in this deck. Like it's a machine. It negates stuff. It has protection on stuff. It's really good. It also searches out all your level 5 or higher machines. You can get Galaxy Soldier, Symphonic Warrior, Mikes if you really want to, or a Windjammer. So that's pretty useful. And lastly, we have our Nightmare Mermaid. This guy just turns your Phoenix and Cerberus into a down arrow, because that comes up often enough to warrant it. Like I would debate playing like Underclock Taker over this, but there are just some times where you just don't have a monster on board and you just need that down arrow for Buster. So I think it's worth playing this just to make these two a down arrow, because sometimes you have to like make a Phoenix to out like an Iron Wall or something, or make a Cerberus out whatever, and then you just make a Mermaid and then put Buster below it, and then Buster just mops up. So that's basically it for the extra deck, and actually pretty much like everything in this deck. So yeah. Alright guys, that's basically it for this deck profile. I'll have the combo video up tomorrow talking about like all the like awesome plays you can do with this deck. It's definitely great to have A back to 3. It's such a necessary, or such an appreciated change to the ban list. Makes the deck way more consistent and way less fragile. I hope to be seeing more players picking up this deck, and I'll be at YCS Chicago, I think. I'll be at the next YCS in America playing this deck. Trying to get my first YCS top. And if you guys like this deck profile, be sure to drop a like and then subscribe down below. I try to upload it at least once or twice a week. A lot of ABC stuff as of recent. I'm going to be branching out into other decks and kind of like general like discussion topics. So yeah, so just drop a like and subscribe down below. And I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.